the same map as last time. End of Entropy, but it's tier 3. Now, if you've seen my I can't play Kindle video, you know that I'm terrible at playing Kindle. So I chose to go Drake. If Kindle's going to be annoying and sap my income, I'm going to be annoying and sap her income as well. Because Drake is also pretty annoying to deal with, especially with the fuel. So once again, I'm going to change the direction of my opponent so we face the opposite direction. Start out with a similar capture phase. Well, my capture phase is pretty similar. My opponent goes for this property right away to not give me any chance of denying the mountain property. So, we continue. This time I don't know what to say. Pretty standard capture phase. This time I don't go for the left property, I instead go down. My plan is to stall out the game for as long as I possibly can, and then just weather her down with my... Is it Tsunami or Typhoon? I think it's Tsunami for the superpower. I'll just refer to them as normal and super, because I don't know. Instead of capture chaining, I chose to capture with a different penguin because I want to immediately start sending these penguins up here and control this side. So that's my plan. Still only infantry on both sides right now. And I begin immediately dashing for these properties. And I built an artillery, just like the last game. I want to slow down the game, and artillery is pretty good for making infantry walls with, to slow down the game. My opponent starts with a tank. Okay. I use the artillery to support my control of this property. I want to make sure I stay in control of it, because controlling these sides over here are very important. They allow your units to go up or down whenever they need to. It separates your opponent's bases so they can't join up their forces. That's why it's important to control these sides. And I go with a tank to follow it up. Interrupt my capture, okay. I built an artillery here, and you'll see why in my next turn. I got a lucky roll over here. This is a 30% chance to 2-hit KO a mirror on a city. And I support it with my artillery. This tank can't reach it because of these forests. If the infantry shoots it, I'm fine with that, because I can then kill off the infantry, and my artillery is still strong. And I still get this property. I still threaten to take that property anyway, so everything's fine. My tank from the base has enough movement to cover this artillery, so it's fine if it's a little bit open, in my opinion. I send my tank to the right. My first tank, while initially planned to help my artillery, I decide to send it to the right to deal with that recon, because controlling these sides are important. Didn't interrupt this property. Well, I captured a property for myself, and now that I got what I wanted, I can move my artillery back because I don't need to cover these sides anymore. I just need to hold this property and be annoying. A huge luck roll, 30% isn't exactly that bad of a chance. I used to get that 30% half the time, until people told me it's 30%, and then now I only get it 30% of the time. But someone did tell me it's 100% of the time, hoping that it will work 100% of the time. It didn't, but it was worth a try. So I create a pretty nice formation here. I'm outnumbered, so I have to pull back. But I position my units in such a way that my tanks can support either side if it wants to, especially my artillery. And I intend to shift these tanks left if Kindle ever tries to take my properties down here. Half the time it works every time. It used to work way more often until facts got in the way. Why do people have to tell me it's 30%? Shoots my artillery, but that's fine, because I can get 2 tank shots on that tank. Frontline artillery isn't the worst thing. I typically do it just to control space I don't have the means to control, and if they attack it, they get first struck by my other vehicles. I also trapped that recon with a penguin over here, so the recon had to spend its turn attacking it. But that means that recon's also in range of my tank now. We continue fighting over here. I just chose to be annoying, block off any units over here, pick off some free infantry. I'm not picking off the penguins. And then get a nice double shot on that tank. Like I said, I'm not going to hit this one, of course. And then I kill off that recon. Now I did a slight inaccuracy of my turn. I moved my penguin 1 tile to the right, and that's not covered by the anti-air. I should have pulled it back a little further, and then moved in to kill the recon. So I basically lost an infantry in the process because of that. But I thought, it's fine, I'm way ahead in the unit value, well, unit count. So, yep. So, we continue. My opponent first strikes my tanks twice, and puts in artillery here. I'm still fine with this, because I almost kill off another tank. I begin first striking their tanks. Well, it's not first strike anymore, but I begin counter-attacking. My opponent's fighting within 1 turn space reinforcement, so I'm happy with the fight being so close to my base. Even if I'm down income, it's fine, I'm Drake. I can attrition Kindle. Alright, artillery gets a shot on my 1 HP tank, that's fine. I wanted that tank to survive because after a Drake super, this tank would be reduced to 0.1 HP, and even the slightest dent will kill it. So it's a little sad that I lost my 1 HP tank, but nothing I can really do about it. Well, I kill off that tank to get the super. Got enough charge for that. It's Typhoon, okay. The Drake super is Typhoon. And the normal is the Tsunami. Okay, let's not forget that next time. Alright, like I said, the slightest dent will kill it. Boom. I begin picking off the tanks because they're very weak right now. I kill off that artillery because artillery is annoying, and this 4 HP tank isn't going to do anything. So now, I'd say I'm ahead right now, but just slightly. We continue fighting over here, and similar to how Kindle's power can slow down property captures, Drake can also do that. So, I feel like we're playing about pretty much the same CO, except I do global and Kindle only does property. So I'm feeling a little confident right now. I joined my tanks because the tanks aren't really going to do much at low HP, especially when high HP enemy tanks are nearby. As much as I want to go capture this property, I realize that this infantry can capture it next turn, so I have to interrupt it. And I pull back here because I'm outnumbered. I try not to sit on properties, so I don't get affected by the next Kindle power. And I centralize my battlecopter. Drake battlecopters are a little weaker, but they still force out an anti-air, because what else are you going to use it? Alright, so Kindle is up 1k in income, which means I think I'm winning, because I can attrition Kindle faster. Anti-air in the center, I go down, force another anti-air to be built. And I decide to start pressuring these two bases. Don't know exactly why I chose to do that. Maybe I just wanted to really solidify my control on this area. And I start building mechs. I mean, the bases are very close to the front line, so can't really go too wrong with mechs. Still don't have an anti-air here, but that's fine. I will get an anti-air. It's one turn away. These battlecopters and these tanks are becoming very close to being only just one turn away from my base reinforcements, so that's fine. I pull back. I got this property, no need to keep fighting. I interrupt this capture, and I go forward. So I initially thought I'm going to put my units forward because it's covered by the artillery, and only after I moved the infantry did I realize, actually I want to move my artillery down here. So to not let Kindle sit on that property, I offered a penguin sacrifice. And I also built an anti-air here just to zone out all the battlecopters from this area. Kindle joins the battlecopters, I did not see that. But I suppose you get a little bit of a refund, the copter is refueled and stuff. So I think it's fine. And there's anti-air to the left, anti-air to the top. My battlecopter can't really do much, but what it can do is be annoying. And if you look at the center of the map, anti-air can't reach it. And whereas my battlecopter can attack almost anything from any direction. So this battlecopter, even though it's a Drake battlecopter, it's going to be very annoying sitting in the center where it can reinforce any side rapidly. I begin shifting my units up because I can just mech spam on my base to defend against these vehicles. And I decide to build a medium tank because what are all those little tanks going to do against a medium tank? Here's an urban blight. I don't take too much damage. The only units I had on properties were the ones I just built. Okay. Kindle starts attacking this side. I'm fine with that. Even though there are mechs here, I got penguins to deal with them. And now I just choose to attack the tank, support my medium tank with an artillery, take shots at the mechs because why not? take a shot at the tank. This mech is too weak to really do anything against my tank now. Kill off that tank. Continue refilling the front line with my penguins. And I send my medium tank left because I really want to tell these tanks over here, get out of here. You can't. This area is under my control. And I shift my battlecopter left because the anti-air is down here. Maybe I can press this side with the battlecopter. And these mechs, this mech got a pretty nice shot, I'd say. So even if Kindle's getting another property, I'm fine with that because I'm not too far behind in income. And these units aren't going to do much. If I tie them down here, then they're not helping where the main battle is going to be. Kindle knocks out my medium tank. Probably better to start with the battlecopter so the medium tank would still be at healthy HP. Full HP instead of, well, maybe not full, but definitely less damage taken if Kindle used the battlecopter first. Pull back into a ball here. Okay. I'm fine with that. These units will be irrelevant since they are too far away from where the main action is. So, there's still only light tanks here. Well, first things first. Artillery, shoot medium tank because why not? I see I'm getting close to my superpower, so I decide to start attacking. Just try to get charge for it. Still don't have my superpower. Send my battlecopter up here. And... still don't have charge. Offer a tank sacrifice. I want my superpower right now. So, another Typhoon. Alright, another Typhoon. Alright, I see a breakthrough. Let's attack. Oh. I didn't get the luck roll. I was gonna break through to that artillery and then protect my battlecopter, but it didn't happen. So that didn't happen. But I think positionally I still have the advantage since these units will take a long time to reach the battlefield. And my one medium tank is probably going to zone off 4 tanks and tie them down so they can't do anything. Put a penguin here just to be annoying and block any chance of a tank moving to the right and supporting this battlefield. And I think I built the battlecopter this turn. Yep, battlecopter here. No tank going up. Medium tank and infantry on this side. No tank going right. These 4 tanks are completely tied down over here. And this army group over here, not going to be relevant since that's not where the main battle is. Alright, here's an urban blight. Kills my tank, kills my battlecopter. I could have saved it. I could have saved it. Yeah, the bridge troll. Just not letting you cross. Alright. Continues fighting me, gets a shot from a property, so that's pretty good. But, they say pincer isn't really a good strategy in Advance Wars, but that doesn't really apply to mixed base. In mixed base, pincers are the way to go, since that's how you outnumber your opponent. So, I attack from the top, I attack from the bottom, kill off that medium tank, mech that tank, get a nice shot on this tank, just completely, also just putting a penguin here to trap these tanks, like these tanks can't go anywhere right now. Continue picking off more infantry. I continue attacking these 2 bases because I have units joining up from the bottom and units joining up from the top, so I will greatly outnumber my opponent. I even go capture this because what are these tanks going to do against my medium tank and battlecopter? And best part about the battlecopter here is, even though it's a Drake battlecopter, it still forces out an anti-air, and once the anti-air is built, I'll just send it towards the center again. I'm pretty sure... Wait, what did I not attack this? I did not, okay. It's fine. Hits my artillery, but I'm fine with that because if you're hitting my artillery, it means you're not hitting my more important units, which are the direct attack units. So, tanks aren't going out at the top, so they start slipping out on the right side, which, fair enough, where else can those tanks escape? My opponent starts giving chase from the bottom, and I chose the logical ding of running away. Alright, I continue running up. I tried to get a luck roll to kill it, didn't quite get it. But all my other units start heading towards these area. And kill off that anti-air. Now there's no anti-air in the center, which means I now can redirect all my battlecopters towards these two bases, and I have plenty of units surrounding them. Just create a wall of infantry backed up by my mechs, and then mech spam because there's a lot of tanks down here, and the only way they can be relevant is... Oh yeah, there is an income swing. Didn't really notice, because I'm more focused on trying to win by base captures or something. Still, this medium tank, just gonna sit here and be annoying. They say you shouldn't spend an expensive unit sitting there doing nothing, but it's doing quite a lot. It's tying down so many vehicles and just protecting my back flank from getting pincered. So, my opponent continues trying to fight over here. Here's another urban blight. Continue shifting units towards the right, okay. Maybe my opponent might try to pressure my 2 base, but I use a tsunami because I see breakthroughs potential with a tsunami. Even though my artillery isn't getting to shoot, it's still doing stuff just by absorbing the damage and distracting my opponent. Alright, I broke through. Now this tank is trapped in the base. So, can't build anything on that base next turn unless you delete. Free infantry, why not? Let's shoot it. A mech ball. Now, I also chose to trap this tank. Now, can't build anything on this tank either. So at this point, it's pretty much over. I built a second medium tank from this space, and a medium tank in the center because, just slow down the game, deny them the ability to capture anything. These light tanks aren't going to do anything against my medium tank, so these are just vehicles not in the game right now. And meanwhile, my tank up here is going to tie down this medium tank, or at least deter it from continue chasing. My opponent resigned, understandable. Nothing you can really do when you're losing half your base and your other bases are being tied down. So, alright, that was this game.